Hello and welcome back to Ebjr, and this is instant reactions to the 2025 Royal Rumble. Let's just say that was a good one. So, going into this one, no one had no clue what was going to happen. No, there's two obvious answers. Cody's going to win his match versus KO. DIY is going to beat Motor City Machine Guns. So yeah, both those did happen. I'll go more in detail into that later. The Women's Rumble, we had no clue what surprise entries were going to be. No clue who was going to win that one. Men's Rumble was even better. We had all those superstars. Again, surprise entries. We had no clue what was going to happen. And for me personally, all of this filled my expectation. So let's just go into it. So, the first two, no one. I expected these two to come in at least 20s, like late teens. Io Sky, Liv Morgan. Two of the main cards on Raw for the past year. 1 and 2. Liv Morgan, Io Sky. It's like, what is going to happen here? Are they going to be Iron Man and go all the way through? They both did. They didn't win. Thing is, they both held tough. Both made it almost all the way through. But the person after this, Roxanne Perez, the former NXT champion who's still not on the main roster, got second place. She got second place. That is incredible. Second place, you're not on the main roster. That shows the future she will have in WWE. Fourth, Lyra Valkyria. We didn't know what to expect from her. Women's Intercontinental Champion. So when she entered, she's not, she's a good superstar. We all know she's not going to win. And the same thing goes for the next person, Chelsea Green. Chelsea just, I really had to go in that one. If you guys know what WWE, watch WWE, it's Chelsea Green. We all knew what was going to happen with Chelsea Green. The thing is, the main takeaway from that match is when Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler went into there, and then later Sonya Deville, PFC took over. PFC, it's a group of strong women on Raw. They took over there, especially with having people in there. Lash Legend, Bianca Belair, Bayley. They had them in there. Naomi. All of them were in there. All of them were in there while PFC was taking over. They are eliminating people left and right. Then it took people like Bayley. It took Bianca and Naomi to get them out. It took all of them to get them out. It took Io to get out Sonya. It took everyone to team up to get out PFC? Really? They haven't been on Raw. They had one match on Raw on Netflix so far. They've been 3 or 4 weeks. One appearance on there. Had no build-up for the match. One appearance. They were even barely in Raw in December while it was still on cable. They haven't been around. What? I think WWE's going to give them a push here. Do I see them winning the women's tag titles? No. Eventually, yes. First, I gotta fix her name. PFC, Pure Fusion Collective. Who wants to say Pure Fusion Collective when you're at that name? And then, it goes on. Some big cards go in there. Maxine Dupree, Piper Niven, the person who's never here all year and then shows up at the Royal Rumble, Natalya. Because, why not? Then a surprise entrance, Jordynne Grace, who we thought she was going to be at her mom's birthday party at Atlanta. Well, she said, screw that. She's going to go to the Royal Rumble. And she did a good job. Now the last 10 people, excuse me. Meechin went in there. No. You want my takes on Meechin, just go to the SmackDown instant reaction 12/27. There's where you get that. You don't want that from me. That's not what you want. I do not like Michin as a wrestler. I do not think she's she's talented. They are pushing her too much. She is not U.S. title worthy. They keep throwing her matches. I think that was the last one she's going to have as Chelsea as a champion. I hope so. Move on from that. It's most positive. Now time for a huge surprise. No one expected. We get Alexa Bliss, who was supposed to come back, be the Wyatt Six. Wasn't there. We keep seeing on social media everywhere that she has contract issues. Wasn't there. She shows up. Look, do we expect to have Goddess Bliss back with the gimmick? No. She showed up. She did good. Had some eliminations. I think she had maybe one or two. Thing is, how are they going to fit her in the story here? Is she on Raw? Is she going to go to the Wild on SmackDown? We don't know what is going to go here with Alexa Bliss. She's been gone for this January 2023. We don't know what is going to move on with her. Or if it was just a one and done. And then, people come in like Zelina Vega, Candice LeRae, Stephanie Vaquer. Then another surprise who, I kind of guessed it. I just want to put credit out there. I did guess this to my friend. Trish Stratus came in there. She might do this whole thing because they came out with merch after saying Trish Stratus 25 years. She might do this whole thing this year. We're not sure. She never announced anything. Sure, it was cool to see Trish come back, go in there. We all knew she wasn't going to do anything. Then Raquel Rodriguez. And then, the spoiler of them all. The person who, we all didn't expect to come back. And then WWE has, just do this whole promo for the last 3 weeks. Charlotte Flair's in there. She just dominates. Gets a lot of eliminations. And then, 28, 29, 30. Julia, which wasn't expecting that in there. I was expecting them just to save a surprise entrance for AJ Lee, someone like that. No, they used Julia. Wasn't mad about it. Wasn't fond of it because she's the NXT championship. But she has the NXT championship, excuse me. Wasn't the fondest of it, but hey, she's still there. I have no say. So then Nia Jax. We know what Nia was gonna do. We saw what happened last year. They did the same thing. They put everyone on the rope. Everyone goes at her. Boom, 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 boom. And then Nia decides to go bowling. She gets a strike and everyone falls down. We saw it last year. Did it again. But, Nia had good amount of eliminations. She had 9 to be exact. And then 30 came around, which, we saw speculations of this. I wasn't fully sure. Nikki Bella came back. Fearless Nikki Bella came back. Which I was shocked to see. Everyone I was watching with was shocked to see. She was back. Was she 20? Was she prime Nikki Bella? No. My question is she going to come back as a full-time superstar? We don't know, but she eventually did not win. Winner, Charlotte Flair. Who's shocked? No one got it. Because, when they made the promos for Charlotte, we all knew she was going to win. My problems with this match wasn't that it was obvious Charlotte winning. My problem with the match is that they kept a lot of superstars in there at a time. They kept too much superstars in there at a time. It was weird. It wasn't fun. At one point there was 15 in there. I shouldn't be that much in there. We can't follow what is going on. Am I saying the women's match was bad? No. But when you have to wait for a men's Rumble, like the one that's going to happen that night, you have high expectations. So let's just move on from that to a tag match. DIY versus Motor City Machine Gun. Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa versus Alex Shelby, Chris Sabin. Look, I said at the start of the video, we knew DIY is going to win. Everyone knew it. The thing is, we didn't know how they're going to win. Were they going to 2-0 them? Were they going to lose the first one and then win the second two? But they ultimately did win the first, lost second, won the third. The thing is, it was a good match. Don't get me wrong. That match was good. They had a good tag match. They had Ciampa looked good. Everyone looked good in that match. I can't even point out people, like certain people who looked good because they all looked good. You know, they had DIY had the move where they fake tagged in Johnny Gargano. Ciampa was still in. He gets the pin. 1-0. And then Motor City Machine Guns do their little tag finish, sure, get a second pin. And then the third pin, this is what I need to talk about. The third pin, Motor City Machine Guns had them lined up. Street Profits came back with a crutch, Angelo Dawkins, and he just goes wham on Alex Shelby. That's how DIY wins. Street Profits screwed out Motor City Machine Guns to win the tag championship. Who? DIY is the ones who attacked them. But thing is, Motor City knew that. And Angelo Dawkins broke a crutch over Johnny Gargano's back. So yeah, that was kind of cool. Thing is, does that mean Street Profits are heel now? What's gonna happen between Motor City, Street Profits, and DIY? We still have 2 months till Mania. Like, what's gonna happen in that 2 months build-up? Are they gonna have a match at Mania? What is going to happen here? We do not know. Is Street Profits going to go to Raw, which I think they personally should. The tag division of SmackDown is fine. They don't need Street Profits. Raw needs a tag team. Sure, they have Judgment Day. Jay McDonough almost died. That's overdramatic. But he passed out when going back to the locker room. Ivar and Eric, you know, we were complaining that Judgment Day doesn't defend their titles. I forgot Ivar and Eric were champions. New Day, who knows what's up with them? They're just getting booed left and right. LWO with Ray and Dragon Lee, or the other 2 guys, I don't even know who they are. Like, Raw needs a solid tag team. That's where Street Profits need to be. But enough of that. DIY ultimately gets the win. Now time for the undisputed WWE Championship match. Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens in a ladder match. That ladder match did not fail to fill my expectations. That ladder match was amazing. KO, you know, his shirt, making fun of Dusty Rhodes, the Canadian Dream. I just love that. I love Kevin Owens' shirt collection. It's just great, perfect. You know, it was going back and forth. KO had the momentum. And then Cody had Kevin on the top ropes. KO still had momentum. And then KO does a spinning move off the top buckle onto the ladder, which was bridged from another ladder to the rope, which was amazing. Cody sold that perfectly. Took the bump, sold it perfectly. KO sold the bump perfectly. They sold it perfectly. Where everyone came out there. And then Sami Zayn came out there. Why? We know they're friends. Yes. Are they building up for Sami to turn heel? Okay, I'll get to more of that later. And then they both get up, do their thing. And then the Alabama slam by Cody Rhodes to Kevin Owens onto the ladder, where Kevin Owens' head perfectly fits into the ladder. Kevin Owens gushing blood. Cody climbs the ladder. I was expecting him to just take the hanger off the ladder. He took off the one belt, another belt. Cool, Cody, do what you want. All you, proud of you. You still won. You're still undisputed champion. I was wearing Cody's shirt, so I'll take it. But thing is, why was Sammy there? We knew they had their promo on Raw. Thing is, I expected Sammy to, just go after Cody after he wins. But no. He's just there to console Kevin. I think Sammy and Kevin are going to be a tag team soon. They're going to go against someone at Mania. Or it's going to be KO versus Randy Orton at Mania. But the thing is, Randy Orton has to return first after receiving that pile driver, which I thought he was going to return at the Rumble. He did not. Let's see who did return at the Rumble. Starting out in the men's Rumble, Rey and Penta. I thought they were going to say this for like a Raw. No, they did it here. Penta and Rey show their respect for each other. Then they go at it. And then, Mr. Luchador Trouble Chad Gable has to be there. Go in the ring. He's 3. But thing is, I was like, okay, let's just get the mid-card guys out of the way. The mid-card guys looked good. They were actually made some good moves. They sold it well. They sold some moves well. Penta maybe got out early. Well, should have got out early, but he didn't. Like, he did. For his first Rumble, he did fine. Santos, Carmelo Hayes, Chad Gable, Otis. They did good in there. But it's kind of hard to be a good mid card in the Rumble when you have someone like Braun Breaker to go in there. Me and my cousins had over under the line 6.5 for Braun Breaker Spears. I said over. I was going to take that over all day. He had 4. Thing is, every one of those spears mattered, especially the one on Speed. Speed going in there instead of Akira Tozawa. First off, if they wasted a surprise entrance like Akira Tozawa, I was going to have problems. Thank you, Carmelo Hayes, for attacking Akira. Thank you, Speed, for being back there. You got out Otis, which I wasn't the fondest of. Thing is, you made a good memory to have in the Royal Rumble. Yeah, you got out someone, and then you got speared on by a fantastic spear by Braun Breaker, and then you got thrown out of the ring by Braun Breaker and caught by Otis and thrown over the announce table. You did a good job. And then guys start coming in like big names: Sheamus, Jimmy Uso, Andrade, Jacob Fatu. When Jacob Fatu is going to go in there, weren't going to. You're screwed when Jacob Fatu is in there. Then someone who I was really mad. There. Ludwig Kaiser goes in there. Excuse me. Waits outside the ring. Like, it would just be me. Like, this is the ring. He's just sitting outside there. If I was recording the video back there, he would just be sitting there. Just sitting there. And he goes in there. Then Penta gets him out, which I was very happy with. And The Miz, he has 2 more eliminations and 16 Rumbles than me. I love The Miz. Don't get me wrong. I love The Miz. He needs to do something in the Rumble. And then Mr. If I say his name, he'll appear. Joe Hendry showed up. I was happy. I know the meme's dead. Pop was still there. I was still happy. But the thing is, kind of got overshadowed when the next 2 guys are Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre, who I had winning the Rumble. I had Drew McIntyre winning the Rumble. I thought it was his time to shine again. I thought it was all up to him. I thought he could do something. And then he got eliminated by Damian Priest. which I wasn't happy with, but none of the people who my cousins picked won the Rumble. Let me just get there for a second. Finn Balor, Shinsuke, Jey Uso, AJ Styles. Those are next 4. No, I was expecting Finn to be there. After, the match with Priest, he hasn't been on Raw the past few weeks. Was not expecting him there. AJ Styles was not expecting there at all. I thought he was still hurt. Then I found out before the match he was cleared. Still wasn't expecting him to be there. He was. I was expecting Randy Orton to be there. He wasn't. When are we getting Randy Orton back? What's next for AJ Styles to do on SmackDown? These are the questions that were set up during the Royal Rumble. That's what it should do. That's what it did. It set up all these questions. Then Braun Strowman, John Cena, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Dom Mysterio, Sami Zayn, Damian Priest, LA Knight, Logan Paul. When going into this Rumble, everyone thought CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, John Cena. Dude, one of those guys have to win. Drew McIntyre. That was me. Jey Uso. Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble. He did it. Thing is, look, I like Jey Uso. Like him. Am I happy that he won the Rumble? I'm not mad, not happy. Could have been someone else. Could have been Cena. Could have been McIntyre. Could have been Rollins. Could have been Punk. Could have been one of them. Uso, who had a championship match World Championship match last week. Uso, who had a championship match versus Priest at Backlash. Uso, who had so many championship matches, World Championship matches. Lost 8 of them. Lost Money in the Bank twice. Uso is going to main event WrestleMania. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm not sure yet. It's going to take a while to process. Is he going to pick Gunther again? Is he going to pick Cody? I don't see him picking Cody, but he just had the match versus Gunther. So, I'm still going to go with him picking Gunther. Thing is, what's next for Cena? Cena just said he's going to fly back to Hungary to film this movie, and then he's going to come back for Chamber. So we're getting no Cena for a bit. Then he's going to come back for Chamber. I've been saying this for a while. Cena's going to win Chamber. They've been having the commercials out for him. For like last time in Toronto, he's going to win Chamber. The thing is, if Jey goes against Gunther, which now thinking about it, I think Cena is going to win Chamber, go against Gunther. That means Uso is going to lose another championship to Cody. I don't see Cody losing that title. Also, I don't want to see Cody versus Jey at Mania. They have no beef. They were just a tag team. They were just a tag team last year. Why would they go against each other at Mania? The thing is, why would Cody lose his title to Cena here? There's so many whys, and that's why I like this Rumble, because it's setting up the story for what it should be. And with that, the next 2 months are going to answer all these questions that I have to answer, and I'll probably record a few more when I get those questions answered. So with that, great 2025 Royal Rumble. Thank you for watching. Peace.